One of the things we do differently now that we've switched to organic and a more sustainable way of farming is that we roll the hay out instead of feeding it in one concentrated area. What that allows us to do is keep those cattle out of that concentrated area and keep them out of the mud so that they are able to get to the hay a little bit easier, and they don't lose a lot of weight having to travel through that mud. Plus, in the wintertime, it's a lot better for them. They don't get that mud, they don't get that water on them, so they don't freeze as much. They don't get as cold being in that mud. So here we rolled out the hay. I'll show you an area view of what it looks like. We roll it out into strips and we do it in sections, and then once we get so far in the field, we come back and then we roll it out in between the sections that we've already rolled it out. What that does is it puts a little fertilizer on the ground. It takes those nutrients from the hay and it puts it back into the ground. There is a little bit of waste, but it's not as much as you would think. They actually prefer to eat it this way than eating it out of a hay ring, and the waste is minimalized to about 30%. It seems like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not too terribly much when you are accounting for the fertilized value of the hay.
So here you can see from the aerial view how we've rolled the hay out, and we roll it out in strips, and we leave a hay bale or two spacing in between each strip, and then we will come back later and roll more hay out in between those strips. And you can see right here that we have more organic matter in our soil than our neighbor does, because their soil is holding more water on the surface and our soil drains quite a bit better. It still holds water on top of the soil, but it's not holding as bad as our neighbors. And this was a spot that was really bad in the field that was holding water. It's a really wet natured part of the field. So we're really happy with how this has turned out and how it's helped our field. So that is how we unroll hay. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know, and I will do my best to help you out and answer any questions that you may have.